Just getting ready for junior final one, and it's all about what you can do off the line here in Germany. It's such a tight run from the start line down in towards turn one. Will Hoare will have the choice of lanes, having set the fastest time in the qualifying session in front of Alzawi, David Ciprian, Diego Herrera. Henschel just down to those last 5 seconds. Alzawi creeping off the line. Everyone's able to make away a clean start. Ciprian had to take that inside line. Looked like he actually cut the corner down there, but Will Hoare with a great start from that second gate slot. And Will Hoare just opening up an immediate gap. You can see a couple of riders just trying that outside line. There's 2 lanes that you can use down at the top end of the section here. But down in towards the back straight, it's all about trying to maintain that momentum. Will Hoare out in front, comfortably out in front on that number 80 machine. You see Dominic Alzawi on the 501 trying to get down the inside. David Ciprian having cut that first corner. He's down in 4th position at the moment through the water jumps. Taking the water from that section. Ciprian getting himself a little bit caught. Alzawi getting caught as well. Looked like Tim Apple might have gotten caught through the rock section as well, just losing that bit of momentum. And that's allowed Will Hoare on the 80, Diego Herrera on the 48 to open up a pretty commanding lead here. 4 seconds over Tim Apple and David Ciprian. See just coming down through the jumps. Both riders taking that inside lane down in towards the lane choice. It's all about keeping that momentum. It's about avoiding the big mistakes here in these 6 minutes plus a lap photos. It's very easy to make a mistake, cost yourself a lot of time. Will Hoare really did a good job in Poland of avoiding those big mistakes, and that's what allowed him to pick up those 3 victories in the 3 finals last time out. You can see through the sand section, very easy to make a mistake, lose momentum through there. Will Hoare lost momentum through there, and he actually wasn't able to take on the ramp, but able to still open up a bit of a gap there over Diego Herrera. Just Herrera got himself a little bit blocked in there. The gap between David Ciprian and Herrera, it's down to just 8/10 of a second. So Ciprian's been able to take a couple of tenths of a second out of the race leader, this man Will Hoare. But Hoare with that 3-second lead, he's comfortably out in front, and it's all just about avoiding the mistakes. It's about maintaining his momentum all the way through the second half of this race. You can see Hoare nice and comfortable through the matrix section, and he's just about to come through to the water jumps, the water pits. If you're able to jump straight over them, there's a big advantage in terms of lap time, just being able to jump straight through them. You can see all those leading riders able to do that, but we got what looks like Luke Walker just caught in the rock section. Walker, the back marker, the South African, he's stuck through the rocks, but all the leaders able to make it through pretty comfortably through there. Ciprian up to second, and Diego Herrera in second, Ciprian down in third. Ciprian and Herrera lost another couple of tenths of a second last time around to the race leader, Will Hoare, on his Husqvarna. But Hoare on that number 80, just nice and comfortable out in front. You can see down in that midfield, just the riders already losing touch in this opening half of the race, and it's easy to do that just because you can get yourself blocked up and caught out by other people's mistakes as much as your own, and that's what can happen in the midfield. You're reacting to what goes on around you. You can see Will Hoare just coming through that sand section, taking that inside line through the rock corner just down. Ciprian as well, just doing the same, just trying to take that inside line. It's difficult, it's more technical through there, it's a little bit faster, but it's easy to get yourself caught out through that second. Ciprian losing another second there to Will Hoare. So at the halfway stage of this race, Will Hoare comfortably out in front with a 5-second advantage over David Ciprian. Ciprian now under attack from Tim Apple, the home hero, moves himself up into second spot there, just in front of Ciprian. And Ciprian's going to try and take that tight inside line, but not able to answer back on Apple. Tim Apple now up into second, the reigning European champion, and himself and Ciprian have managed to drop Diego Herrera. Herrera, of course, the Chilean rider, was third in the World Championship last year, but just being dropped by the leading group now in this opening final here in Riesa. You can see though with David Ciprian on that 62 trying to get himself back in front of Tim Apple, who's made a mistake through the rock corner. Very easy to do that, and Tim Apple gives up all the ground that he made up on David Ciprian, but now it's all about just trying to keep the pressure on Ciprian. It's a long moto here. You can see there a crash for Luke Walker, the back marker. He's down in 14th spot at the moment. Walker came through the last chance race, but it looks like he's going to have to just live to fight another day. You can see though at the front of the field, Ciprian has been overtaken there by Tim Apple. Tim Apple going all the way around the outside to take second spot there from Ciprian. Apple really looking strong. He's got good pace in these early stages of the race. You can see just a minute and a half plus a lap remaining, and Tim Apple, he's been able to open up a big gap now between himself and Ciprian. But look at the traffic in front of both of these riders. It's so easy to get caught out by another rider's accident. You can see the likes of Yoza and Kabakeev just causing a little bit of trouble there for Tim Apple, but he just bullies his way through. Good riding there for Tim Apple. The blue flags are out, but it's difficult to get out of the way of another rider. It's basically up to those lead riders to put themselves into positions to use their momentum to get through, and that's exactly what Tim Apple has done, and he's managed to put quite a few bodies between himself and David Cyprian. Will Hoare, though, still leading out in front, but Tim Apple on that 96 machine, he's been able to open a very commanding lead over David Cyprian with just under a minute remaining in this race. Really looking strong now for Tim Apple. It's just about avoiding making a mistake through the rest of this race. He's just coming up on Enrico Rinaldi as well. Rinaldi taking that outside line, but Tim Apple making a mistake through there. You saw him have to paddle through the log section, got himself caught out. So easy to do that once there's traffic. Caught again here for Tim Apple. And you can see with Apple just trying to jump over those logs, but Herrera's been able to get through, and also David Cyprian just behind him now as well. So Herrera up to second, making up 2 places on that lap. Herrera doing well on that 48 machine. Will Hoare, though, out in front, and easily out in front as he comes through just to start what will probably be his penultimate lap now. 16 seconds, 10 seconds left plus a lap. So for Will Hoare, it's all about just trying to make sure there's only 1 lap left, because you can see through this section, even when you're the race leader by a comfortable margin, it's easy to make mistakes. He's not trying to take the ramp this time, he's just trying to maintain his momentum. Doesn't do a big jump across the line into the final lap now for Will Hoare as he comes through the pivot turn and now down in towards the rhythm section, just rolling through that rhythm section as well. Tim Apple, though, trying to fight back here on Diego Herrera. He's got Yuzo in front of him, taking that ramp though. Tim Apple just taking command, moves himself up into second spot there in front of Herrera, but 19 seconds behind Will Hoare. It's now just a straight up battle for second spot though between Herrera and Tim Apple. Who's going to be able to hold on to this? Herrera, of course, 3rd last year in the Junior World Championship. Tim Apple, of course, won the European Championship. So for Apple, it's all about being able to make sure he stays in control here in this fight for second. You can see Luke Walker with another mistake, that bike smoking up on the 25, but Will Hoare just stumbling a little bit through the rock section, but he's got such a big lead, it shouldn't matter here for Hoare. As he comes across the line, it's 4 out of 4 for Will Hoare, and the number 80 machine maintains his dominant start to the junior class. But what's Tim Apple going to be able to do? Apple just about to come through the final obstacles. Herrera's hit problems. Herrera on the 48 stopped, so Tim Apple is going to be able to finish second here. Tim Apple with a comfortable second over the line, 17 championship points for the German rider. Really strong performance there from the reigning European champion. Herrera comes across the line, 3rd fastest in this race, just in front of David Cyprian. Cyprian off the podium for the first time in the 2019 season, as Diego Herrera on that 48 claims the podium finish here behind Tim Apple on the 96. Apple, really good performance. You can see the German crowd, they're on their feet for Apple as he celebrates in front of them. Of course, this German crowd in Riesa last year, they saw Kevin Gallas win all 3 races in the junior class. Podium in race 1 there for Tim Apple, 17 points. Really good start to the year for the German rider. Will Hoare, though, 4 out of 4, 15-second win. Very comfortable from Hoare in front of Apple, Herrera, Cyprian and Henschel rounding out that top 5. As you look down the order, a couple of riders such as Dominic Alzawi would have expected to have a better performance there than finishing down in 12th place and only picking up 3 points from this opening final of the weekend here in Germany. But Will Hoare maintaining that form once again, 4 out of 4 for the championship leader.